Ethan, can you take us through your journey here to UMD from Miami? Why did you want to be a Bulldog?
Yeah, I just got the option to transfer last year. I thought being in Minnesota would be a lot better for me and my family, a lot closer. I think it's a winning culture, a winning program, so I'm happy to be a part of it.
One season in the middle of nowhere, Ohio.
Yeah.
You talked to guys that played in Miami for 4 years. I was asking, what's your favorite restaurant? They go back and be like, any place you're really looking forward to? And it's like, no, because they ate there so much after 4 years. They're sick of everything there.
Yeah, a lot of Chipotle and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of Chipotle. Yeah. You were in a Skyline chili guy?
I actually never had it.
Never had it? Okay.
People around there get me to try it, but just never.
Yeah. I did not fit into a hockey player diet. For you, what originally attracted you to Miami?
They had a new head coach. They were hoping to turn things around. It didn't go that way last year, and now I'm just excited to be here, excited to be a part of a winning culture and good program in Minnesota.
UMD had an established guy in Adam Guyon coming here, but you still chose the Bulldogs. What was it about the goaltending situation that you still felt confident coming in here and that you'd get a shot?
Oh yeah, I'm confident in my ability. Maybe Guyon gets hurt or something like that. You never know what's going to happen, so you always got to be ready for the opportunities when they come. Like, if I was going to the Olympics, I'm going to get my chance to hopefully play good and maybe take the net over. But yeah, I'm just trying to take it day by day, and I don't really look at it as him as a number one guy or anything. I'm just looking for my opportunity to come.
How the first half you get a lot of playing time, and how did you see yourself grow as a goaltender working with Brand in the first half?
Yeah, it's been good with Brand. He's a great goalie coach. I've learned a lot from him. I've never been put in the position where I haven't played in like first 5 months of the season, so it was a little challenging for me to go through that. But I think I got a lot better in practice and continue to push myself to get better every day and be ready for when my opportunity comes.
What have you thought of the first two starts? Your coach has said with you taking over for Guy when he's in the Olympics that he wants to get you in games. How have you felt these first two starts now?
A little rusty, to be honest. Practice isn't the same as games. Like, yeah, you're getting the same shots and everything, but it's not really comparable to game type experience and stuff like that, playing in front of all the fans and everything. So I had to get my nerves under me a little bit. I was a little nervous against Lindenwood a bit. It was good to get in for half the game against Manitoba to kind of get a little bit of that out of the way. But at the end of the day, that was an exhibition game, and I got a full game against Lindenwood. So.
How would you describe the dynamic between you and Adam and Chef? We had Adam on the podcast earlier this week, and you mentioned he really likes the dynamic between the three of you. It makes it stronger here this year than maybe it was a year ago.
Yeah, I think our dynamic it's probably the best goalie group I've been a part of. Chef does a great job keeping us together, and same with Gaio. We try to get together every once in a while. We went golfing yesterday at the golf simulator. That went pretty good. Then we got a bite to eat at the Mexican place right above it. So we try to get together every once in a while to keep the group tight and stuff like that.
You mentioned you guys do goalie games. He said he was trying to organize a simulator. Who is the best golfer among the goalie group?
I'd like to say myself, but Gaio shot the best score yesterday.
Really?
But he likes to take a couple mulligans every once in a while. I actually took a video of him shanking one up in the wall, sent it to our group chat, and he wasn't too happy about that one because he likes to make all the boys think he's like the best and stuff like that. So yeah.
You played off in the podcast. He's more of a casual golfer, but he's competitive in there.
I think he just started last year.
Yeah, he's just started golf.
Yeah. in the summer I try to get golfing like once or twice a week. So.
Okay. Yeah. How important is that dynamic between goaltending's a different position than the rest of the team? Only one guy's out there playing in a game, hopefully. How important is that dynamic, those relationships between the guys that are goaltending for on a team?
Yeah, it's very important. I think the closer you guys are, you got to be happy for when the other guy gets in the net and gets his opportunity and does well. But also, like in practice, you got to compete against each other, and yeah, I think it's a very important dynamic because you only got two other guys with you, and you got to keep them close with you. So, and you all go through the same thing pretty much. So.
Yeah, you got it. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Ethan.
Yep.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Scott Seaton.
Probable. We'll see. Yeah, he's back skating, so I'm hoping there's a good chance. Yeah.
How important is he to that defensive group, not only the special teams, but the defensive?
Well, they're all important. I mean, obviously, I think he was playing really well. He's gotten better since he's gotten here. I mean, good power play guy. He's good at getting pucks out. Breakouts, and I just think his adjustment to college hockey has been good. He's continued to get better, but I think he's got good offensive instincts. Just a good puck mover. Obviously, his skating is really good, but I mean, you need that. I mean, it's an important part of playing the position, and like I said, he was starting to, even before Christmas, getting better and better and better. Came back, had a good start, So yeah, I mean, you miss him, but it also gave some other guys opportunities. We saw that in the last few games, so that's why I say all of them are important, and they've all been in the mix all year long. So it's not like guys have been sitting out long periods of time. So and I thought Toller got more minutes. Bods has been steady. Our guys that play regularly, for most of the year, those two have been kind of rotating as a seventh. So they're all important, but hopefully we can get him back and he doesn't miss a beat.
What have you thought of Ethan here the last couple of weeks? We were talking a little while ago. You mentioned Lindenwood game. He felt a little rusty. It seemed like saying.
Well, he's 2-0. That's all I care about. He's 2-0, and hopefully, he gets more comfortable. Having the two starts and playing two full games and not just a half a game or a period, and obviously it's a good thing. So gives Grant more tape to work with, as far as him in game situations to keep getting better, and he's done his job.
Both Ethan and Anna said this has been one of the better goalie groups they've been a part of. I wonder what you've noticed about the game between those three. Both Shep.
Well, last year it wasn't maybe the best dynamic, right? There was some stubbornness on some parts of the group, but it wasn't healthy as it should be. Brant's usually really, really good at making them all feel very important and valued and supportive of each other, which has always been his strength, which helps them all get better. Last year, I think we didn't quite have that maybe supportiveness all year long. It was a little bit more of a selfish mentality, which didn't help anybody. So, and again, this year I think the group is very supportive of each other, and I think they, they care about the other's successes and they push each other, and that's kind of how it's always been. So last year was a little bit of a one-off for me.
Thoughts, Western coming up here, and what do you like about that series that played Kalamazoo?
Well, I like we won Friday, played good. I thought Saturday was a typical Saturday. Ended up with a goal by Whitelaw, who had a good weekend, talented player. Again, they're good from the net out. They're missing a couple key defensemen. Obviously, one wasn't playing when we were playing them earlier. They lost another one, but their forward group they play with pace. They're obviously, like I said, great in transition, hard at the net. They make it tough getting through the neutral zone, but they pressure. They don't give you a lot of room, and they're a confident group that I think has gotten better and better and better as the years gone on. And part of that is they won last year, and a lot of guys know what it takes to win. And some of the new guys are figuring out probably same thing we all talk about. You want your new players or younger players to figure out how to win and what it takes to win consistently in college hockey, let alone our league. But they played great since I think they have one loss since we played them last, since they beat us. So, and they've beaten some really good teams. So again, it'll be a tough challenge, but Saturday's win for us was an important win, and it'll be another battle. Again, another battle.
Another guy I want to ask about, Jason Shagaday, kind of a tear, setting up goals here. The first few games of 2026. How have you seen him continue?
Well, it's nice finally someone recognizes what he's been doing. Like, again, he's played great for us. Like, again, he doesn't maybe get all the accolades, but he's an elite player. He's an elite offensive mind. I think he's had a tremendous year. He's been very consistent. He's doing what he's great at, right? He thinks the game a step ahead. Those three together play so well off each other, whether it's 5-on-5 or on the power play. But I don't even want to say quietly. He's just been good. He's been good every game, every weekend, and sometimes those guys are going to get multiple points. Sometimes they're not, but they're still a threat and they're dangerous. And he's a big part of that. When the puck's on his stick, usually a lot of good things happen. So.
Is it that vision he's had? I've heard Max, I've heard Sam, I've heard Ty guys say it.
Well, they just those guys have a great feel for the game. Like they know when they get pucks, and they know what the next option is, right? All great players, the smart hockey IQ guys know that, right? And all three of those guys kind of know that. Sometimes they'll make plays that frustrate you, but their thought process is different than maybe some other guys, right? And, but I think he's strong over the puck. I think he's played this year with a lot more confidence. I think he's stronger. And again, he's not going to go out and knock a guy around or through the glass all the time. It's not his game. But and the same thing around the net. He'll get to the net, but it's timing and it's knowing where to go and anticipation. And again, it's not that he won't go to the net or stand at the net, but sometimes it's arriving on time, and it's just they just use their hockey sense. And as much as I want them at the net sometimes, which they still have to be, but they're just smart. I mean, he's just a really smart player that's playing, I think, really well all year.
Do you, with Shogs or the other guys, do you ever ask them to go through the kind of their thought process on a play?
Nope. I leave them alone.
Okay.
Last thing I want to do is screw them up.
Hands off. Okay. I know with Shogs sometimes I watch him with the puck and I'm like, where are you going with it? And then you let it play out and you go, he obviously saw something that maybe everyone else didn't see. So, but
Yeah.
you see him continuing to grow and get more confident out there?
I know. Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Good. There. You answered the question, right? I said he's been good all year, and he's played. Last year he was good last year too, but this year he's stronger. He's been through the league. He's been through college hockey, playing with two other elite players, and I mean, all you got to do is look at what they've done. It's pretty incredible when you look at what they've done 5-on-5, and obviously they're dangerous on the power play. And again, because of what they've done, everybody expects it every night, and so do they. And that's why, St. Cloud, and there's been other games where they've been shut out, but if you look at the next game, they've always, whether it's been a Saturday to Friday or this was the first Friday to Saturday, they were pretty impactful in the game.
Coach, do you feel like these next 3 weeks are going to be pretty telling for your team on paper?
I'm not even worried about the next three. We got a tough weekend coming up here, and every weekend in our league is important. And this one, you got to worry about what's in front of you now, and that's Friday again against Western. That's it. That's for you guys to figure out and talk about. We got 10 games left, and we got a really important Friday night and a very important series right in front of us.
Good.
Good.
Cool. Thanks, Al.